Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady. It looks like spring, right? Look, the pinkster azalea is almost in full flower, just in time for winter to return. We have frost predicted for the next 2 nights, and I have to get busy getting some of the plants protected so that they don't get damaged when temperatures go below freezing. So let me show you what I'm gonna do to protect my garden. This is actually exactly why I grow so many tender plants in containers, and I leave them right here on my back patio so that it's really easy for me to move them in and out. 19 years in North Carolina, this is not the first time that we've had a frost after a period of frost-free weather. So I'm always fully prepared. This is why I tell everybody, don't buy tomatoes in March and early April. Why would you want to rush to summer anyway? Summer lasts long enough. Spring is a fickle season. You should grow things in this time that are tolerant of temperatures that are going to go up and down, but sometimes go below freezing. That does not include your summer vegetables. April is not the time in central North Carolina, zone 7, for growing tomatoes and peppers. It's too early. The soil is too cold. But back to the issue at hand. If you have anything that isn't frost tolerant, the next 2 nights it needs to be protected. Now you can go around and put sheets up, but honestly I have learned that as soon as it's windy, those sheets blow off and they're not really that useful. Remay is a better product. Most home gardeners don't actually have a roll of Remay on hand. That's something that the nursery industry often uses. So for me, I have conditioned myself to garden in a way that I don't have anything in the ground that is going to suffer from this frost the next few nights. But everything you see in containers behind me, none of that stuff is frost tolerant. So I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna carry a lot of these into my heated shed, keep the door shut, make sure that the heat vent is open. And the other things that don't fit in there, I'm going to position under my back patio table. And usually the cover of that table will help eliminate frost from landing on any of the foliage, and that helps basically just give it a couple degree microclimate. And when your temperatures are 28, all you're really trying to do is keep your plants at 33. That way they don't get damaged. Now what about my 2 prized potato plants? Generally potatoes are more than tolerant of this temperature, and I have a lot of different pots that are planted at various levels of development. I'm gonna leave those outside. I'm not really worried. But because these 2 pots have brought me so much happiness and so much entertainment, I'm gonna take care of these and I'm gonna bring them into the heated shed because I'm just not willing to let this frost, impede my joy that I get from these container plants. Okay, so you see I put 2 of the small seeded lettuce, mixed salad greens pots under here. They are really going to be fine, but figured might as well protect them. Along with these 2 spikes. And then in my shed, hopefully no one needs a beer, because the beer is in there and it's unreachable now. But, a lot of the succulents are in here, citrus, tender ferns. I do still have my succulent window box that I went ahead and hung last week, and that is next. And I'm gonna actually end up putting that on my kitchen table. So this window box is the only other not hardy thing that I have outside, and I love this design so much because it's really easy to put on and remove. This is exactly the scenario in which I need to take it off. See? It lifts right off like that, and now I can carry it inside. So now that I've shown you what needed protection, I'm going to show you what doesn't need protection. All of these containers that have been planted all winter long, they're totally fine. Blueberries are going to be fine. You don't need to cover your blueberry plants. None of these cool season crops need to be covered. They do not mind 28 degrees. It is not a big deal. Now, if you have tomatoes and peppers, that's a different story. See, see these potatoes, honestly, they're gonna be fine. That's why I'm not gonna bother bringing in all of the potatoes, just those two. There's nothing in this greenhouse that's gonna suffer. Thankfully, none of the seed that I've sown has germinated, because if it had germinated, I would be in trouble. But one thing that I am gonna do is water everything, because plants that are well hydrated suffer less from cold damage. So just gonna go ahead and water everything that I've been potting up. The same goes for everything over on this side, other than the fact that I really do need to come out and harvest more broccoli. Everything out here is fine. None of this needs to be covered. And that's why you should just grow spring plants in the spring and not try to make summer happen early. And everything here is fine. And I just want to take you in here, check to make sure that none of the seedlings have germinated, and son of a gun, they have. Well, that's unfortunate. Now I have to deal with these. I can honestly say that I have never been so disappointed to see seeds germinated. So, I was originally planning to just cover these. I think I'm gonna bring them into the garage. I just think that that is easier. It's windy, and in my experience, because like I said, this is not my first frost. I just have not had a lot of success with putting out covers because they almost always blow off. So I'm just gonna put the effort towards bringing these into the garage, which is right behind me. And they're gonna live there for a couple of days. We have better weather and a better forecast coming on Saturday. Well, I'm generally not supposed to have plants spill into the garage, but I think that this is a good short-term exception. It's only gonna be 2 nights. I know they're gonna be safe in here, and even though the garage isn't heated, it's really just about keeping the frost off of those barely germinated seeds, which really in theory are probably fine outside, but I'm just not willing to run the risk because I would then have to buy more seed. So trying to be practical and pragmatic here, hopefully not reading is totally crazy. I really do love my tomatoes in the summer, but remember, this is why you don't need to rush the season. I knew better than to sow my tomatoes last week, and I literally only did it because I had a deadline on a video that I needed to make. Normally I would wait to sow my tomatoes usually until April 15th. They germinate really fast and they grow out, and there's really no benefit to having tomatoes earlier than that because the soil is too cold. You can't plant them in the ground. So putting this in my memory bank for future years. Don't start your tomato seeds the end of March, Bree. It's not the right season, and then you end up having to do extra work. So the only other thing I'm gonna do to prepare for the frost is make some flower arrangements. Though these lilacs might be totally fine, there's no sense in letting them get damaged when I could enjoy them so much inside. Especially tonight when I have a two-hour webinar. I can bring these into my office and be reminded of what I do, what I love. So I hope this video will help give you some tips on how to deal with late season frost and maybe some humor. And overall, it's never going to be the end of the world. Plants can always be replaced, and you can always learn from each season that you garden through. So I'm Bree the Plant Lady. Thanks so much for watching.